race for the title at 133 pounds. We move now to 141. Sullivan Chishko of Virginia Tech, the 2 seed, getting set to take on Joey Ward of North Carolina. Ward, the 3 seed for the Tar Heels, ranked 6th. Chishko is ranked 8th in the country. The redshirt freshman, 25-3 on the year.
It's one of our more competitive semifinal matchups of the entire day. Joey Ward had a really good opening match with that with the major decision. Looked solid in all shots, and I wonder if he's able to repeat that with Chishko.
This is a weight class that Virginia Tech scored a lot of points in through the years of this tournament with Devin Carter. He was Mr. Bonus Point Machine for the Hokies in his career at Blacksburg. He has gone to graduation, and this highly touted recruit of Jeanette, Pennsylvania, Sullivan Chishko, has filled in really well. What a season, his redshirt freshman year, 25-3, 4-1 in the ACC duels.
We talked a lot about Pitt's youth, but it seems like Virginia Tech has got quite a number of their top athletes are on the younger side as well.
Eric Eckerman asking for a little bit of action. The 2 wrestlers disengage. A minute 40 here in the first period, no score. Semifinal bash at 141 pounds.
You'll notice that Ward will tie up really tight on the left-hand side with a collar tight. What he's trying to do is get Chishko to push in a little bit so he can hit that same duck that you saw him hit in the first match against Van Hoos. Chishko's doing a really good job of keeping his hips down, but he's also not attacking.
Ward winning earlier today by a score of 8-0, taking care of Justin Van Hoos of Virginia. Underhook on the right side with Chishko.
Not to get back on Forey, he's my new favorite wrestler, but you do notice the difference. These two guys are extremely athletic. We're not seeing the same type of action that we saw in the last match from Dom Forey, who's continuously trying to score, continually trying to get in on shots. These two seem to be pairing a little bit more from the outside. That's just stylistic as well.
Chishko led Virginia Tech and wins this year. He took 5th at the Keene Invitational. Last year spent his redshirt season behind Carter. Here he's in on a single leg.
Joey Ward looked really comfortable giving that up there. I wonder if he has some counters that he's feeling confident in.
Ward's able to give free, and Chishko misses an opportunity to the dismay of Kevin Dresser in the backdrop. See Dresser situated in the Virginia Tech corner. No score, 10 seconds to go in this first period.
It's a great shot by Chishko, and you notice even just lining up that Joey Ward's got a really strong left leg lead. Chishko comes in, gets in on the leg, but then for some strange reason unlocked his hands, and that was what allowed Joey Ward a little bit of time. Getting a little chippy there. It's got a little punchy there from Joey Ward.
Chishko, one of the many ranked wrestlers this year for Virginia Tech in the weight class, ranked 9th in the country, and what a year for the ACC dual meet champs. And Virginia Tech, the Hokies, going to perfect 5-0. Only loss in their dual portion of the schedule was to Iowa State this year, a team they hammered to start the season. Then the Cyclones got them back a little bit later on.
It's strange. Well, Kevin Jackson is a former 1996 Olympic champion. Really does a good job of passion coaching, so he can get his guys geared up for some stuff. I think Virginia Tech had a little bit of issue with some of their lineup a little bit.
So the escape for Ward, a 1-0 lead, and then he was quickly hit with a stall call here, a warning. Two wrestlers engaged, a minute 25 to go in this second period. Ward with a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, Ward lives in this tight collar tie. He lives there. And I don't know if Chishko's really kind of figured out that he needs to get into striking zone, but not getting too close. As he's getting pulled in, might be a good time for him to look for some shots. Got his right arm a little high. Now you can see that Joey Ward's got that left side underhook.
Inside a minute to go in the second period. Thought this might be low scoring, and it has been certainly wrestled to that way. Not a lot of offensive openings. Both wrestlers solid with their defenses and their armor. Ward, the junior, continuing to grind to put pressure on with that heavy collar tie, and the two go back to the center.
And you saw the referee, he looked at Joey Ward and said, look, you're pulling him in. It's a stalemate. You can't just hang out in this collar tie. So at least there's some. One note here on both of these wrestlers is when they're outside of each other, they both rest their arms on. See, there they go. It's getting called into that close collar tie.
So they hit Ward again. That time it's going to cost them a point. Chishko's on the board for the first time. Still has that underhook on the right side. Chishko does.
Chishko, if he wants to use that underhook, he's got to use it. Can't just hang out there, or else he's going to get dragged by like we just saw Joey Ward attempt.
Second period will come to an end. 1-1 as we march into the third. Kevin Dresser for Virginia Tech in his 10th year, the Iowa Hawkeye grad. He's guided the Hokies to 2 ACC titles. And Kevin was kind of in the spotlight a little bit. After the national duels and the pairings were unveiled, he wanted that trip to Iowa City, didn't he?
Yeah, he wanted to go home. Everybody wants a free trip home, right? Now, he had reason to be upset.
I agree with him. He spoke his mind, and the thing about Coach Dresser through the years, really well articulated. He thinks out what he's going to say, and he had everything laid out as far as his map and his plan as to why it should have been Virginia Tech in Iowa City.
They had just beat NC State. It made a lot of sense at the time. Here you go. Nice little half right here by Joey Ward. He's got to be careful. Chishko's going to keep battling his position. A little bit of blood. We're going to see a stoppage here once they break.
Chishko popped above his right eye, and that is bleeding, so they're going to send him off into the corner for the blood timeout. So for the first time here, Tim, Chishko has the 2-1 lead. You have a couple of different styles here with Ward, who wants those heavy collar ties. It looks like Chishko's trying to get a little bit more space and separation.
Really nice little half right here. Chishko goes for some sort of roll, but Joey Ward really didn't capitalize as well as he should have. It was good actually for him just to get out of that with only 1 point, and not the. It could have been a lot worse with a 2 or a reversal to his back.
Mentioned Chishko, one of the highly touted recruits in the country, 12th ranked recruit by Intermat out of perennial power Canon McMillan High School. Missed a lot of his junior year in high school with an injury. He was able to return late. He went 11-0, won a state title. We followed that up with another state crown his senior year, knocking off Joe Galasso. 2011 Powerade folk style champion as well. Tremendous talent for Virginia
Really
Tech.
Nice shot. Got him in double. Again, he's high up with Joey Ward. Joey Ward doesn't mind being in an overhook high here. He's got a lot of different options he tries to use. You can see he's pushing in with his own hip. He's looking for some of his own offensive. Problem is, if Joey's only waiting for Chishko to come forward, he already has that stalling call. He can get into a lot of trouble, especially against good opponents at the ACC. But it comes to NCAA time, he's really got to find some new offense.
See, good edge of mat wrestling here. As sliding on by was Ward. Chishko keeps his position, and the two go out of bounds. Good sequence there toward the edge. A minute to go in this semifinal. Chishko leading by the point.
Chishko seems a little bit slower now. Joey Ward, again, this really tight collar tie is not going to give him enough offense, especially in short time scenarios. He's almost got to break his own ties half the time.
Reach for a single. Chishko counters, drops down to a leg of his own. Has some work to do here, but Chishko and the clock certainly in his corner. Ward hoping for a stalemate and a fresh start. Chishko still bearing down, locking down on that leg. Nothing awarded yet. Now Ward's able to turn and face and get out of harm's way.
We talked about this before. When you're on that outside leg and you want to come up, get a double leg, don't get your hand too high. These opponents are really capable of finding those whizzers, those overhooks. See Joey Ward's.
Yeah, he knows it's now or never. Look for that snap down.
Nice high crotch. I mean, that's the kind of shot he could have been taking earlier.
Chishko fires right back in on the leg. And if
Ward's
you're Chishko, you're content to sit here, aren't you?
Yeah, he's looking for the edge. And if he's able to keep him on his back, or if he's able to pop up right here, this is at least a decent opportunity. He wasn't able to complete the move.
Solomon Chishko in his first ACC tournament marches into the finals. A hard-fought battle over Joseph Ward of North Carolina. 2-1 your final. Chishko of Virginia Tech for the Hokies into the finals at 41.
Really nice scramble here at the end. Ward gets to the corner, looks to elevate. Now here, if he gets a couple back point calls, it's good, but he only had a second or two with which to score.